start up with that. So today's match will be between Team Quake and Bake, and this plane is going to Miami. Quake and Bake is our 4th seeded team in the tournament, and Elk just hung up on me on Skype. Let's try to get him back in here. This plane is going to Miami is the 20th seeded team. And it looks like Elk is back.
All right, it looks like we're getting into game here, guys. We see Zach coming out as the first pick. Bands coming out, Fizz, Aatrox, Ari, and on the blue side, and then on the purple side we have Twitch, Thresh, and Nocturne coming out. Looks like a little bit of targeted bans coming out. For example, with the Aatrox slot, not too many teams usually ban out Aatrox. Zach can be a pretty contested pick though, so not a huge surprise with him getting picked up first there. Usually going to go in with maybe some type of AoE team comp or some secondary initiation. So we'll see what picks come back to counteract the Zach. Is there still a lot up on the board? Like Blitz's, for example, we have Elise, a lot of strong junglers up still like Jarvan. So we'll see how they deal with that. Looks like they're hovering over Blitz and Graves right now. Pretty good combo in the bot lane, but they are showing one entire lane right now, so we'll see how that works for them. Looks like Rammus is getting shown by the other side here and is instantly locked in, as so is Nami. So it looks like we're going to have Zach in the top lane and Rammus is going to be in the jungle. Rammus is pretty good in the jungle right now. I really want to make sure that Cleanse is getting picked up, so we'll see how it goes.
Alright, and it looks like Jarvan and Renekton being picked up by the other team. Two very tanky and strong initiating champions. And we're working on resolving some sound problems between Elk and I, as we cannot currently hear each other. Even though you guys can hear both of us. We're currently covering up the summoner spells because teams who are in the tournament, right now this is only on a 10-second delay because the game hasn't actually started.
Looks like we have Jarvan getting picked up as well as Renekton in the top lane.
Alright, and Telk and I are still having audio problems.
Katarina getting picked up for the mid as well as Corki in the bot. So it looks like the bottom lane matchup is going to be Nami and Corki versus Graves and Blitzcrank. Corki's becoming a lot more of a contested pick now. Looks like Cassidy being shown for the final pickup for Team Miami here. So looks like we have the final team comps locked in here. Quake and Blake being on the blue side today, and this plane is going to Miami for the purple side. Team matchups are going to be Rammus versus Jarvan in the jungle, Corki and Nami in the bot lane versus Blitzcrank and Graves, Cassidy in the middle lane versus Katarina. And in the top lane we have Renekton versus Zach. Looking at the team comps here, we have a lot of CC coming out from the side of Quake and Bake here, with the Rammus getting picked up as well as the Nami. And on the other side, it looks like we have Blitzcrank, Jarvan, and Cassian. So they got a lot of chase and a lot of early initiation with Quick Burst coming in from the side of this plane is going into Miami.
Alright, so the giveaway in this stream will be slightly different than the way that we've previously done it. We've run out of pack skins to give out, so instead we will be giving away Riot Points. We have several $10 Riot Point cards that we're going to be giving away, including, well, yeah, we'll be giving them away. We'll be giving them away when we hit 50 viewers, or 50 concurrent viewers during a game. We'll be giving away a skin after the game. Yeah, pack skins have also expired, but we managed to get rid of all of them before they expired. So if we hit 50 concurrent viewers, and we're not going to be doing it randomly like we have in the past, how we're going to be giving them away is we'll be asking a question, something that you guys can Google really fast, really good at Googling, or you might already know the answer to. The questions might be related to our sponsor. They might be related to just anything in esports in general. So it'll be something along those lines. We're going to ask you a trivia question. Put the chat in slow mode so that you can only send one message about every 2 minutes so we don't get swamped with things. So you're going to get one guess within a reasonable time frame at the thing. And if you guess it right, then you'll receive the Riot Point prize. It'll be the first person to answer the question correctly. So coming into this game, currently Quake and Bake is the higher seeded team, so I guess they're the favored team in this case. And it's interesting to note that Quake and Bake is actually a college club. It's a group of players from, I'm not sure which university, someone in chat might be part of the club and be able to talk about it. But the team consists of members from a college club who play League of Legends together. Haverford University. All right. I suppose I should have known that because the team captain's email address that he gave me has @haverford.edu in it. So I suppose I could have figured that out.
This game should be pretty interesting. We'll see if we have any early invades coming out from either team here. Probably not. Shake and Bakes, Ramus is probably going to be pretty reliant on that blue buff early on, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him start at his blue buff. We could see potentially an invade coming in from the side of this plane's going to Miami with that Blitzcrank coming out. After that Blitzcrank, though, the only stun they really have to follow that up, though, is Renekton. So see how that works out for them. Really going to watch this top lane matchup here, probably between the Lightning Storm and Black Arrow on Renekton. So Renekton and Zach in the top lane is probably going to be one of our bigger matchups for this game. Be easy to see which one of them gets going and which tank line becomes a little bit bigger for the team here. So we hop into the loading screen here. We got to talk about, you know, the biggest and most important part of the game, which is the skin matchup. Which team has the most skins usually tends to always win the game, and that's just facts. It'll be interesting to see in the mid lane how the Katarina-Cassidy matchup goes down. Pretty early on, it'll be pretty even. Right around level 4 through 5, we should see Katarina getting pretty aggressive, and then right around level 6, we should see Cassidy becoming more of the aggressor there. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Katarina being a little bit more aggressive early on in that lane. Good job by G Money on Graves, rocking the cleanse against that Ramus coming out in the Zac and the Nami bubble there. It's really important. It's also going to be important to watch out because we know that Corki has barrier while Graves has cleanse. So Corki's going to be able to do a little bit better trades in the bottom lane and see how that goes. It's important to note that both top laners don't have teleport this game either, so it's going to be pretty... Everybody's either going to be there for the team fight or they won't be. I don't think there's going to be too much split pushing happening in this game unless Renekton gets really big. Otherwise, we probably won't see too much of a split push game. It's going to be a really big, exciting team fight game probably most of the time. Both teams are really quite mobile if we look at them. Shake and Bake's got Corky, Valkyrie coming in, Rammus with his power ball, Katarina able to dash around, and same thing with Zach with his slingshot. And then on the other side of this plan's going to Miami, we have Renekton who's able to dash around. Blitzcrank gets around pretty fast as well as Cassian and Jarvan coming out, as well as the Graves dash. So both teams are really mobile this game, so it's going to be a huge game. Let's see who gets caught out of position. We'll see how that works out. And I'll work later into the game here. Looks like we're finally hopping into the game here. Let's see how this game turns out here.
Looks like a lot of pings coming down in the middle of the map. It's both
Lots of pings going down on the banana bush, it looks like. Looks like both teams want to head over to that area, so whatever team gets there first. They're probably just going to do a little bit of an awkward stare-off, and they're going to end up walking away. Maybe Nidwall's going to be able to land a grab on Blitzcrank to start this one off. We'll see how it goes. Both teams come down here. Looks like Shake and Bake sitting in the mid lane. Just trying to check it out. Looks like they're going to walk right by each other here. We'll see how this goes out. And both teams do see each other, but Shake and Bake does not know this is working. Grab goes in on Nami. Jack slingshots in there. Both teams going in. Nami flashes out, gets away. Same as Blitzcrank. First blood goes to connect on Cassian right now as Rammus is in the middle of the fray. He's getting really low there, and he's going to drop down. Looks like everybody's diving in on the Renekton, and Katarina is able to get in the back there and pick that up. Jarvan forced to flash away over the wall and barely makes it out. We still got G Money here going in for the kill on Katarina. Is he going to get one more auto up? There it is. This is going away. G Money's trying to run away here from the Zac. Slingshot comes out as he dives in there on that. Flash comes in from Mercury Blades, and Lightning Storm will pick up that kill on G Money. Wow. So let's see how that one turns out here. A lot of action going in there. It was really good for the Plains going to Miami there, as they ended up picking 3 kills over the 2, and they got the first blood coming out there. So we have a kill on Cassian, a kill on Renekton, and a kill on Graves for the side of this Plains going to Miami, which is absolutely huge. Each of the carries got a kill. And then on the other side, Corky also got a kill, which is good for him. And Zach was able to pick one up as well. So summoner spell-wise, though, everybody on the side of Shake and Bake except for Zach and Rammus has burned their flash. And then on the opposite side, everybody has burned their flash except for Cassidy. So a lot of flashes are going to be coming down, so it'll be interesting to see how the junglers take advantage of this situation coming into this one. It's important to look at the items that were brought with that extra gold at the beginning. Top lane, Renekton looks like he just picked up a couple pots, so not a huge deal there. Coming in with 3 pots into the lane, while Zach was able to pick up a cloth armor as well as that Doran shield. So he's going to be really tanky in this top lane for the beginning of this fight. Jumping down over, we'll go check out the bottom lane over here. It's important to note that Corky ended up backing and picking up a second Doran's blade while Graves got boots. So Graves is going to be able to dash in and out there pretty easily, but if they sit there and they trade 1v1, Graves is definitely going to lose the trade versus Corky with that second Doran's blade. Both junglers start respectfully at their blue buffs, and they're dashing around here to clean up the rotating to the red, and the ganks will be happening shortly after. In the mid lane, let's go over there and check out the mid lane really quick. We have Cassidy and Katarina going in here. It's going to be a little bit farming up early, as Katarina is expected to be a little bit more aggressive early on, usually. And then a little bit later on, as soon as they hit 6, Cassidy should be more of the aggressive. So to that big exciting team fight, let's see what the junglers do here. Rammus looks like he's rotating down to his double golems to pick that up, as well as Jarvan seems to be coming here for a gank on the mid lane. He's able to get the knock up onto Katarina, as Katarina's going to just be able to walk right out of that one. Hot by her, and his nailed it. Seems to be like he's going to rotate right around here. He does run through a ward though, so it looks like he's going to back out. Seem to know where everybody is though on this map. Looks like the bottom lane, duo of Nidwall and G Money are getting bumped out quite a bit. That double Doran's blade on Corky seems to really be making quite a difference. Top lane, it looks like Black Arrow on Renekton is really giving Lightning Storm quite a bit of trouble here, despite that extra armor coming out. So really good job by him. CS-wise, it's pretty even across the board. Not a huge deal going on anywhere except for Rammus is up by 5. And it looks like Rammus is heading to the top lane right now to attempt to gank on Renekton and decides to back off there. Looks like Bugs is going to run right in the back here, but he's a ways away from Zach. And Renekton's going to go right in on that. And he's going to... One more hit, one more auto attack. Oh, it looks like the red Ignite was able to pick that up there. So Renekton grabbing a double buff for himself with that Ignite. And now Zach's going to have a huge problem in this top lane. Looks like we got a little bit of action going on in the bottom lane as well. It's Nailed that comes in on Jarvan. Exhaust is burned on Corki as he Valkyries away from that. And they dive in on Nami there, and G-Money's able to pick up that kill. And looks like they're just going to back off after that. As Nidwall tries to wait in the bush here to get another grab. They're probably wasting their time a little bit, though. Top lane, though, Black Arrow is absolutely destroying everybody right now. And it looks like he takes the Ignite. It looks like he's going to die to the Ignite, actually, as he got too close to the tower range there. And took a free tower shot. Good job by Lightning Storm punishing him for that mistake. Black Arrow getting a little too zealous there with his dive. Looks like Rammus is rolling into the mid lane here to get a taunt off on Connect. It's just going to silence him away as Katarina is forced to back right now. Let's look at the CS across the board really quick. Top lane, we have 28 on Renekton to 24 on Zac. Mid lane, we have 29 on Castin to 27 on Katarina. Bottom lane, 37 on Corki to 31 on Graves. And in the jungle, it's 22 to 13. So overall, everything's pretty even across the board. Rammus has a few more CS up on Jarvan, but that doesn't make too big of a deal. Jarvan's been in on a lot of ganks. It looks like he's coming into the mid lane here to attempt one on Rammus as the Ignite goes down on Bugs and he gets ignited and knocked up by the EQ combo from Jarvan. Connect is going a little bit too deep there as he flashes away, and Katarina's going to walk over and pick that one up. And now Nailed is forced to run away from that as Katarina continues to follow it up. Flash burn by Nailed and he's able to make it out. A little too deep there from Connect and Nailed it. And good job, Arinesh, on Katarina to pick that up. In the top lane, we have Black Arrow dealing with that double buff that he handed over to Lightning Storm. He's getting bullied around a little bit and pushed out of lane. As Lightning Storm was able to finish off his Giant spell, so he has a huge burst of health right now over Black Arrow. Black Arrow seems to decide to go for the Hexdrinker instead. See how that works out for him. Pretty passive across the board right now. Most people are just farming up in their lanes, it looks like. Not a whole lot going on there. Both junglers are just clearing the camps right now. It'll be interesting to see how this game rotates now that Connect in mid on Cassidon is now hit 6. We'll see if he roams around a little bit and tries to make some plays across the map. As the bottom lane should be hitting 6 very soon as well. Looks like we have some action going in on the bottom lane there. There's a good Q by Nami coming out, and Nidwall's getting chased away. Flash comes out from him, and G-Money is able to run away from that as well. So flash burn there by Nidwall as Bugs was coming in on Rammus. Good job by Nami to land that Aqua Prison there, forcing out a summoner spell. It's unfortunate they weren't able to capitalize off of that, but good job nonetheless. Seen a little bit of a gap in the bottom lane between Corki and Graves. As Corki's slowly starting to pull away from Graves in CS here, despite Graves' early kill advantage. So we'll see how that works out for him. Black Arrow seems to be struggling in the top lane quite a bit now that he gave up that double buff. CS is still relatively even, but he's taking a lot of damage. In the mid lane, we see Cassidon becoming a little bit of a bully to Katarina a little bit, as Katarina's playing a little bit more passive. Nothing too surprising there. See bottom lane pretty pushed up here. They don't seem to worry too much though, despite not having a river ward, as they know that Jarvan's top, as Jarvan just walked over a ward. Inside of Shake and Bake there, so they know exactly where Jarvan is right now, so we'll see if they try to attempt to counter gank or anything like that, as he is walking right back and forth over the ward a lot. We see Nailed It waiting mid here for an attempted gank on Katarina and decides he's just going to back off and head up to race to clear that out. Rammus just secured the blue buff for himself and decided not to give that over to Katarina. So we'll see if that affects Katarina at all, now that Knacht has his blue buff up and he's going to be using that cooldown a little bit. Let's talk about item choice a little bit here. We see in the bottom lane, you get a pickaxe being picked up by G Money on Graves. You probably built that right away, didn't have enough for the VF sword and wanted a little bit of extra damage. Looks like we have Katarina jumping in the mid lane here. She burns her ultimate and ignite down on Knacht. She's just going to kind of walk away from that a little bit. Trading back and forth a little bit on that. Back to the item choice though for the bottom lane. Pickaxe being picked up. We probably didn't have enough for best friend sword, so we wanted that extra damage to go with this burst combo. While we actually have Phage being picked up by Corky here. Phage is going to become a really popular item again for AD carries such as Corky and Ezreal with that kiting. Seems to be helping quite a bit. Got a ward coming down from Bugs in the mid lane here as he power balls towards Knacht on Kassadin, and they just end up backing off for that. Overall, the lanes have been pretty passive since that initial fight. The gold lead is really even still. We have 13-7 to 13-6. Not a whole lot separating these two teams. CS is still pretty even across the board, except for in that bottom lane as Corky's pulling slowly a little bit ahead. And in the jungle, we have a 50 on Rammus to the 31 on Jarvan, so that's a little bit of a difference there. Looks like we had a flash burn in the bottom lane by Nami as Jarvan came in for a gank. Probably forced him to flash away there as Blitzcrank's grab is a huge threat. Extremely passive game right now. Both teams just seem completely content with farming up. This doesn't necessarily hurt or benefit either team here. They both seem to have really decent mid-game fights. Depending on who has the better initiate late game will probably determine a lot of that fight. I really feel like Shake and Bake with Zach and Nami and Rammus, if they get a good initiate into the fight, it'll go out really well for them. With that tidal wave coming in as well as the slingshot from Zach into the Let's Bounce. Shouldn't see a lot happen there. See Black Arrow dashing in on the top lane just to tap Lightning Storm a little bit on the back, let him know who's boss. Seems like Renekton seems to be doing a little bit better now that that devil buff is gone. See Rammus on Bugs hanging out down by the dragon here. It looks like he wants to lock that one up. He is backing pretty much right in the range of reward though, so see if his plans going to Miami is going to capitalize off of that at all. Pretty passive across the board. Let's look at that bottom lane really quick again, though. Seems to be the really good thing going for him. It looks like Graves is catching up a little bit on CS to Corky, but Corky just finished his Sheen. Again, it's going to give him a pretty big spike in damage there. As Graves did finish his best friend sword as well, so that should go out pretty well from them. Towers is about half health, though, for purple side there in the bottom lane. So we'll see if that going, if the pressure keeps up on that. Exactly even in gold right now, 16-8, 16-8. We see a grab going into the bottom lane now as goes in exactly onto Corky, dives in there onto Graves. Tidal wave comes down. It looks like it's just going to nick Graves at the end there, but Nidwall is caught up by Bugs on Rammus, and he is going to fall down. Really good by Corky picking up that kill there. That's really important to get those kills onto your AD carry. It looks like they're going to rotate right over to Dragon as the pink ward is dropped. Let's see if Jarvan rotates down that way, and let's see if they attempt to make a stop to this. It looks like Renekton's coming down from the top lane too, so it looks like they really want to stop this dragon here. Katarina's coming down as well, but Katarina seems to be a little bit out of position, and she is on the wrong side of the wall here, so Kassadin and Jarvan have a clear shot to go right there on Rammus if they wanted to. Looks like They're just going to walk in and let Jarvan get taunted, and now he's going to try to dash out. Knac's able to pick up the kill there on Bugs, but it looks like he's going to die down to the ignite there of Katarina. Graves is inside the Dragon Pit, getting beat up by Dragons, able to pick up the kill there. Looks like he dives over the wall. Renekton pops his ultimate as they dive in on a Corki and are able to pick up that kill. Katarina taking all this damage from the Dragon on the opposite side, though. It looks like she's going to trace straight onto Graves there and try to make a kill. Flashback by G Money to get away, but it looks like Zach, Lightning Storm, is coming into the party finally. Looks like the slingshot's going to come across there. It's going to miss out on G Money, but it looks like he's going to pursue here. Here comes the Let's Bounce. Let's see if that works out at all. Graves just going to dash right over the wall. Good job by G Money there to get out of that. And really good fight there for this plan's going to Miami. Good job with the positioning. Flash comes in on the mid lane on Blitzcrank. Good grab coming out. The silence comes out as they attempt to get that in there. As Black Arrow locks up that kill on Katarina. Good job by Nidwall there to land that flash grab. So definitely worth it in that fight for this plane's going to Miami. And the important thing to realize here is Dragon is still up. So what went wrong there for Shake and Bake? Well, they were a little bit out of place. So Katarina really wasn't with her team when the fight started. She was on the opposite side of the Dragon there. And Cassidy and John were able to get in there, right in there to corner Rammus inside that Dragon Pit. And they had taken quite a bit of damage from Dragon at that point. So Dragon was actually really helping out the team of this plan's going to Miami quite a bit there. The Dragon is still up for the taking. We'll see if any teams decide to rotate and get that later. Graves is now 3-1-3. Looks like he's almost finished with his Infinity Edge here. Decided to go straight for that Infinity Edge. Oftentimes you see Graves build a Bloodthirster instead of an Infinity Edge early on. That extra attack damage coming in from the passive really helps with his burst, and it scales really well with Graves. So rushing the IE, a little bit of a surprise here. Corki finishes up his Triforce. A little bit of the old Corki build coming out. Now the Triforce has got its changes thanks to Phage's changes, so... Pink Ward being dropped by this plan's go to Miami as they clear out the pink there on Dragon. See if they attempt to go there. Looks like we have Lightning Storm coming down from the top lane. Changes his mind and starts heading back up there. This would be the perfect time for this plan's going to Miami to rock over to that Dragon. It's completely pinked up. They have the area around pretty well warded. It would be a good move by them to probably go over there and force pressure that a little bit. Mid lane items here, it looks like we have Connect building for a Rod of Ages on Casting, which is pretty common. Katarina seems to be going straight for that Hourglass. Got a little bit of action going on in the bottom lane here as Aqua Prison lands onto G Money. Was able to get out there, but it looks like Midwall is going to get picked up again by Corki. Good job by the bottom lane duo of Nami and Corki to pick up another kill there. A lot of damage coming out from them. Cassidy came down to rotate to hopefully try to hold this tower, but I don't think he's going to be able to hold it by himself, and he's just going to be forced to sit there and watch that go down. Opposite side of the map, looks like Black Arrow on Renekton and Lightning Storm on Zac are trading back and forth here. A lot of damage coming out from them. Counter pink goes down on Dragon as Shake and Bake looks like they want to lock this one up. Lots of pings going down in the Dragon area. Looks like Bugs is actually going to back off, though. See Nidwall standing in on the ward here. They don't have another ping to counter that, though, so it'll be interesting to see. Looks like they're pinging straight forward, and they're going to start this one up right away, as they knew Bugs had backed out. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we have Renekton popping his ultimate there. Dives right in there onto Zac, and Zac's just going to slingshot and let's bounce away out of that. In the meantime, down at the Dragon, we have G Money, who's able to lock that one up. Good job by them being able to take that when Shake and Bake it back. Good pickup there. We see the gold lead being about 1K right now, so the game is still really close. Powerball coming in here, end up just dropping a ward. Looks like a free turret going down here in the mid lane for Shake and Bake. We have the EQ going in there from Jarvan. It looks like the taunt comes out from Rammus onto Nailed It. Looks like he's going to be forced to back out. Corki, however, diving in there to get that kill and lock it up, though. But now he's a little bit out of position as Graves goes in. But Katarina forces both Kassadin and Graves back off for that one. We have Zach coming in from the top lane here. Looks like he's going to maybe slingshot over the wall here. Let's see if they can pick up a kill. Oh, taunt comes out from Rammus. G-Money gets obliterated. Good job by the team of Shake and Bake there to lock him up. We got Blitz coming around the backside here. Looks like he's just going to walk into base there. Just like that, gold lead swaps and changes, and now it's 27 to 26, almost 28 there, so about a 2K gold lead in the opposite direction now, off of that last 2 turrets taken up there. Good coordination coming out from that last fight, lock up those kills. You see Corki getting pretty fed this game as he's at 4-1-3, finishes his Triforce, goes to base right now, backs and picks up a Last Whisper over G-Money on Graves, who just has his Infinity Edge at this time. So there's quite a bit of a difference there coming out from Corki, as well as about a 30 CS lead. Top lane CS is still pretty even, nothing too surprising there. In the mid lane, Kassadin's got about a 20 CS lead on the Katarina. Both of them have finished their first big ticket items. Rod of Ages coming out, as well as the Hourglass coming out. Powerball coming in from Bugs here. It looks like he wants to attempt to lock up somebody. Decides to go for the person that can blink away. And Kassadin just hops right over the wall on that one and not too scared about that. Looks like Shake and Bake wants to rotate up and take that top tower as they're running through the jungle there. They're going to run right into Black Arrow on Renekton to meet him, see what he does, see if he wants to get out. Decides to taunt Corki, and then just gets absolutely dived in by everybody. He pops his ultimate, tries to back out. Looks like we have a big fight going on here. All this AoE coming out. There's the Tidal Wave, there's the Let's Bounce, and they get absolutely obliterated by the Katarina as she picks up a double kill. Good job by Linus, Storm locking on 2 as well. Flash coming in from Katarina, she dives in there onto Renekton. They turn that around on her. Good job by Connect to be able to finish that up, but he is taunted. Let's see if he's able to get out of this one. Good juke with the Rift Walk there, able to get out of that. Corki, in the meantime, has been up in the top lane, happily farming away. Once again, good job by Team Shake and Bake. Really bad fight positioning choice from this plane's going to Miami as they decided to fight in that bush there. And got in that little alley, they got absolutely obliterated in that tri-bush by the Nami's Tidal Wave, the Katarina with her Death Lotus, and Zach on Let's Bounce, as well as Corki's Missile Barrage coming in there. So that was really a poor fight choice, bad area with that one. You see about a 4K gold lead coming out now. Item-wise, we see Katarina going back because she's building towards her death cap thanks to that double kill as she picks up a needlessly large rod and a blasting wand there. See Renekton picking up a Negatron cloak for that Katarina and Zach damage coming out as well now. We see Team Shake and Bake pushing in on the mid turret here and attacking onto that. Rammus is going to be able to probably scare them away from that, though, with his taunt coming out as both teams are pretty here. Grab goes out onto Rammus, gets taken to about half health. That's not the person you want to grab, and Nailed It gets caught up there by a good Aqua Prison. Rug is just going to be able to walk right out of that one without too much worry. Would have been good if the grab went in on anybody else, but Rammus probably not the best person to grab there. Almost comes out with a grab onto Corki there on Nidwall. Nice try with that one. Corki was able to just dodge that one. See both teams dancing around in the top jungle now. Let's talk about ward control for a little bit. Oh, as we see in the top lane up there, Renekton pops his ultimate. It's forced away there. It looks like the teams are just going to back off a little bit off of that. Renekton decides to go in there. He's trying to get the stun out. Good Tidal Wave coming out there, locks up the entire team as Zach goes in with Let's Bounce, able to lock everybody up. Nails is able to pick up the kill onto Nami there as Katarina starts to clean up though. Corki picking up a double kill with Katarina with that extra damage in there, and it looks like once again it's a 3-for-1 exchange Late hourglass being popped there by Katarina just to show off. Once again, it seems like this plane's going to Miami is just trying to force the wrong fight. They're in the jungle once again. They get absolutely obliterated by another great tidal wave coming out from Henry the Giant, and Let's Bounce coming out from Lightning Storm. It's just G-Money's getting completely zoned out on Graves. We see Nidwall going in to try to land a grab in there onto Remus. He's able to dodge that one out. Looks like they're going to back away here. Let's talk about ward control once again. If we look at this top jungle, let's see where this fight went down. Look at all the wards that are coming out from Shake and Bake here. Got wards everywhere, whereas the team of Let's Go On to Miami only really has one ward on the map right now. 1 or 2 wards on the map. So a lot more vision control there, especially when they're trying to fight in the jungle. Really good job there. Lots of objectives getting picked up by the team. Shake and Bake here. As we see, this plane's going to Miami, though, rotating down to try to take the dragon. Good job by them to come out, but it looks like Shake and Bake knows what they're up to. Ward comes over from Bugs. Looks like he's going to powerball and walk right in there. Grab goes out from Midwall and Blitzcrank, though, to pull away the powerball there. Gets taunted up. Looks like he's going to just try to run right out of that, though. We're going to see the Valkyrie maybe come in from Corky here. Looks like they're going to just back off and go straight for the dragon. We have Zach come down here, so this would be a 5v5, but Nidwall's kind of low. I don't think that they want to contest this. They shouldn't contest this, and they're just going to back off here. Slingshot comes in from Zach, locks up, nailed it on Jarvan, though. Corky comes in with the Valkyrie. Jarvan's supposed to flash out there, and there goes the Powerball. Taunt comes up, and Jarvan is going to get dropped. Good grab over the wall by Nidwall, but Lightning Storm's just going to be able to kind of walk right out of that one, as Nidwall did not knock him up after grabbing him, just kind of let him shoot away there. So now we see the team pushing in here. Looks like they're going to take this second turret for free. Got Casting getting caught out a little bit, though, as the taunt goes out onto him. Aqua Prison comes out from Nami, and he gets absolutely dropped. Tidal Wave coming out. Lands onto Renekton, who flashes away from that one. Zach on the other side with the slingshot decides he's just going to go in onto the tower. And we got to see this plane's going to Miami back off here. There's not a whole lot they can do with that one. And considering how close the game was 6 minutes ago, now it's up to about a 10k gold lead. So in about the time of 6 minutes, good grab coming in from Nidwall. They're able to lock up the Zach and Tara, but Let's Bounce comes out, and he goes straight for Graves. Looks like we have Katarina coming in there with the Death Lotus, but that gets canceled out. Jarvan decides to run away in the middle lane there as Valkyrie comes in from Cork and gets picked up. Flash is burned everywhere. Here comes Katarina again, trying to go in and lock in on the Blitzcrank as Knack just kind of runs next to her. Good job picking up the kill by the right hand, but Slingshot comes out and Corky absolutely cleans that up. Corky forced to burn his barriers. The turret's starting to get a little bit too much there. Grab coming out from Nidwall, flash forced by Blitz there as Henry the Giant is forced to flash away on Nami to get out there. So they're staying a little bit too long, getting a little too greedy. And looking at the kills this game and who's got the money and where it's distributed, Corky is absolutely 9-1-9. Overall, has amassed 11,500 to Graves 7,300. Quite a difference coming out there from Corky, as Corky slowly really pulled away in this game. In the mid lane, we have 7-4-7 on Katarina to 4-5-2 on Kassadin, as Katarina's got about 9,500 to Kassadin 7,800 right now, so a little bit of a difference coming out there too. And the top lane, we still see the same difference coming out as Zach has got about 9,400 to Renekton's 8,000. That adds up to a lot because of the gold lead coming out from the turrets and stuff like that. It's been 7 turrets to 0 this game. All that gold has really added up for the side of Shake and Bake. Quite a huge difference coming out from that. See Macro Blades going in here on Renekton in the mid lane. He absolutely just shreds him as Black Arrow's forced to, just kind of limp away from that one. It just goes to show how powerful Corky is right now, and Renekton, who is the tank of this other team, is just getting absolutely obliterated. Last Whisper, Bloodthirster, and Triforce coming in from Macroblades on Corky. Absolutely shredded Renekton. It looks like Shake and Bake's rotating up to this top lane to attempt just to walk right inhibitor. See what kind of defense they can scrape together here. For the side of this plane's going to Miami, as that inhibitor is already to half. Taunt coming in there from Rammus on the Kassadin as he forced to flash out there. We see Renekton getting absolutely dusted by the Katarinas. Katarina picks up a double kill on the two tanks. Renekton and Jarvan absolutely melts them like it's no big deal. Just going to show how fed they are right now as they go in there. Looks like they're going to rotate over and take this middle inhibitor now. A little bit of interesting mechanic there is the grab in mid-air onto the slingshot from Zach. Just stops that animation there. Looks like they're just going to walk in there and take that inhibitor and back out. Grab missed by Nidwall there as they attempt to lock up Lightning Storm there. Just goes to show how far ahead the side of Shake and Bake is here over this plane is going to Miami. When Katarina is able to, with one Death Lotus and one combo, with a little bit of help from Corpy, absolutely shred the two tanks. As Shake and Bake is so far ahead of this plane's going to Miami right now, so the carries tanks. That front line did not last very long at all, while Zach on the other side is tanking for the same amount as the two of them put together. See an Oracle coming out from mid-wall here as he attempts to clear up some wards so they can go check in this Baron. Trying to kill a ward here, but we see Bugs on Rammus right below him, and it looks like the slingshot comes in there, flash comes out, surrender, 4 votes to 0. As the surrender comes out from this plane is going to Miami as they want to hop into the next game here. 12k gold lead there at the end.